I've got to go deeper than the illusion for people because many people are just most people. I can't say many people, and they aren't just. All of these words are just words, but see and listen and hear behind what I'm saying. Okay, so everything that everyone does is wrong because nothing needs to be done, so nothing is right. So here we go. If you want to work on yourself, you can't be putting your effort into everybody else. Yes, you have kids. Maybe you have a wife or a girlfriend or something like that. But guess what? That's part of the plan too. Not the plan, but let's just say nobody went and forced anyone to do these things. But we as people felt we needed other people to be happy. So, and along the lines of that, animals just, they not all animals like pair up and stay together for life. Most of them don't. And in that way, if we were to be like that, see, then you get somebody who catches feelings towards another one and would get mad at you and fight you over it. So that's why we have this agreement where you get your girl, I get my girl, she gets her guy, she gets her guy, and now we're at the point where the girls get the girls and the guys get the guys, but they still only stick with one because it's just not right. And it's mean to, if you love me, you don't do something with someone else. Well, that's just a bunch of bullshit, because if you love everyone, literally love everyone, not just this idea of lustful love, because that's what everyone's talking about is lustful love. Okay, and not only that, if you do that, then you're just trapped yourself. You've trapped yourself into this thing. Marriage is a trap. Relationships are a trap. Even thinking that your kids are yours is a trap. Think about this right now. Your kids aren't yours. I mean, I had to learn this the hard way. My kids were loving and awesome and loving and awesome, and they still are awesome and probably loving in their own ways towards their own things. But all this time that they spent away from me, I didn't have to do anything wrong. They just had to spend time with people who had a more of a negative mindset about life. People who think life is unfair and life is this and life is that. I don't think life is unfair. Life is doing what it's doing. But just because I say that doesn't mean things that I would like to happen are just going to magically happen. I would like my kids to come around and spend time with me. But that takes something within them too. And I can't always keep trying to put forth effort when it's not being received. So therefore, I just let time go. And I look at it like this. I may be the light, which I am, and I can shine as bright as I want. But if people are looking away, they won't notice. But, my kids may not be looking for the light, but I'm going to keep shining so that it becomes so bright, they won't have any choice but to see it. Eventually, it's going to shine so bright, it's going to reflect on the wall behind them, and they're going to say, what's that over there? And look around, turn around and see, oh, that's my dad. He's the light. And not just their dad, the one, the I, the all, just like you are. But you don't understand it. Most people don't. And that's okay. I do. And that's okay too. It doesn't mean much. Apparently, it doesn't mean much to anybody because it's too hard for people to understand the truth. They don't want to face the facts that we've been lied to and played our whole lives. But most of the playing was by ourselves and our parents and our families and our ancestors because they were getting better too. They were learning too. They were always evolving. The revolution is when we get uncomfortable and we go back to the same old shit. That's the revolution. The evolution is when we fight through the struggles, we get through the hardships, and we overcome the obstacles. Then we evolve. We don't evolve by, oh, this is getting scary, let's go back to what we used to do. And that's not it. And that's not what we're going to do this time because we can't. Technology itself is forcing us to improve, or else we're going to remove ourselves. We need to improve or remove, because if we don't get any better, we're going to have people that think it's smart to put computers as our freaking intelligence and then have ourselves be part computers and not have people anymore, at least in this reality. And then next time we'll have to wait till the next existence. And we won't even know. We'll say that there was no such thing as human, just like we say Sumerians and we say Atlanteans and all. Some people believe it and some people don't. But the truth is they're all there. They're all just words, though. That's the thing, is there's billions and billions of names of peoples and tribes and civilizations that you'll never ever hear because nobody's heard them in this world. I've heard them, but there's no point of repeating them because they mean nothing. They mean nothing. All history means nothing, because if you keep looking at history to try to see what we should do now, you're just going to keep doing the same thing. So until you or me or we or all of us take it upon ourselves to go to ourself, our first exclusive self. Better it. Get it understood. Then move forward into a society of people who understand our true potentials and who we really are. Not people that think we have to hunt after some money and work from home on a freaking internet website. Blah! How stupid does that sound when you really understand what enlightenment is? You don't need a dollar bill, a penny, a house, a car, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a luxury sedan, anything. You don't need a damn thing when you understand what enlightenment is, when you actually are enlightened. Not when you understand what it is, because you can understand what it is and be like, I can't reach it. Because you have to do a lot of work on yourself. You're not going to be eating meat, killing animals, and handling dead things and be enlightened. You're not. It can't happen. It cannot happen. You can have that experience and then for some reason choose to go back. But why would you do that? Because it will affect your body and you'll feel yourself dying faster when you do that. That's the problem. I can't eat meat because it kills me. It's literally killing me. It's killing every person that eats it. Because what does meat do? When a dead animal dies, it decomposes. It doesn't give off energy. It gives off energy to what? The maggots and the bugs, man. Because they're decomposing. And they are the cleanup crew. That's what I call it. It's part of the cleanup crew. But anyway, because I've experienced this and I know it to be for sure, and I have no reason and no need to prove or have any evidence to anybody. It's just my job or my personal purpose. I've given myself this job through God and through myself by asking, what does God want from me? God wants me to be who I am and tell people the truth. All those other people, like the people that are out there right now, they've done a lot of great things. And there's people out there right now that are doing good things. But what they're doing is they're tying in the government's, their sneakiness, and they're keeping us down, and they're lying to us, and that kind of stuff is true. But when you do it out of anger and you try to point it out to people to get people worried and angry, it's just causing more anger and worry. How do you not understand that? So what you have to do is point it out and say, but we have to forgive them, move on, and come up with a good plan so that we can present it to them to change it. Because just getting mad and being irate is going to do nothing but cause a war. And that's the last thing we need. We don't need violence because all the good people are going to die in the violence because it's something they truly believe in and they'll die for. And all the people that die will be gone. And then everybody else will be like, what were we fighting for? Because I don't understand it. We'll have some followers, The world is full of that. Now we get back to the music, okay? We get back to the music and we go shorty, shorty, shorty. We got all that cool voice gadgets and and all those cool sounds and baby. That'll get a girl going, ooh, because it makes them feel good because you use their words that they want to hear. And then what do? You take advantage of them, whether it's for a dating relationship, for a long time, for no time, for however long it takes. It's using them for your necessity because you want them. It has nothing to do with them. And unfortunately, I hate to point that out, but most people don't get it because they're looking for something outside themselves too. And that just might be it. Is this going to be the one who breaks my heart? Oh, they all do. Because you want them for yourselves. You want to consume them into you and you can't. Because you have to find out who you are. And that person won't do it no matter what. Because eventually they're either going to die, you're going to die, or you're going to break up, or something's going to happen and you're going to see, well, this person ain't me. So what am I doing? Why am I doing this to myself? You'll get that. But right now you won't. Especially the younger people who think, I know what I'm doing. I got this cool boyfriend. He treats me good. Treat yourself good. Don't need a boyfriend. Don't need a girlfriend. And then after you do all that, if you find out that's what you want, then do it. But right now, the kids aren't going to do it because the kids are stubborn, just like their parents were, just like the grandparents were, and they're not going to think that we know what's good for them because most of us don't. I know what's good for people. I do. I know what's good for your body. I know what's good for your mind. And therefore, I know what's good for your spirit, and I know what's good for you, your true you, the I that is within you. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the ego outside who wants to look good for the ladies or boys or fit in the government system and make a lot of money and have a nice car and a nice house. That stuff doesn't mean jack shit. And once you get it, you see it doesn't. I mean, I don't have it now, but I have enough money to have it. I just don't want it because I don't see the point. There is no point. And it doesn't mean I don't want to be with my kids because I do. And if my kids were around, I'd get an apartment. But then it would probably take away from my purpose. And that might be why the universe isn't letting me do it. Because I'm supposed to do something else. And it sucks because at the same time, Dan Alexander didn't plan on not having a life with his kids. But now, that's not a focus of mine anymore. I love him to death. I'll keep trying to be dad as much as I can. But I'm so much more than that, and I have so much bigger goals than to just watch people who want to sit around and play video games and talk to their boyfriends waste time and not listen to any sensible things. I'm sorry to say that about my own loved ones because I love them so much. But when somebody's a robot, you can't really reprogram a robot that refuses to listen to another program. And it's not really a program. If you have the actual natural hard drive before there were any other systems, and you try to tell people about that system that was before the other systems, it seems like it's ancient and outdated. But what the truth is, it never was dated, and there was no time because it's here and it's stronger than ever. It's in me, it's in you, and I'm here to wake it up. So until next time, try to get your act together and try to think about what's really making sense in the world and not what other people are saying. I love you. Peace.